Greetings, how are you today? It's really nice weather at the moment on this Sunday, 6th of October 2019. And as you can see behind me, we're in a really nice little picnic area in Telford Town Park. And right behind me, basically on the path up there, is a path that'll take you into Randlay itself. So yeah, it's really beautiful little spot is this picnic area. Should probably come here more often. And of course, there's something down here which I want to have a look at. Just down that path. Let's have a closer look. This right here is Randlay Pool. And the picnic area we were at just a few moments ago overlooks this place. And as you can see, you got some wildlife here. You've got a swan, various coots, and no doubt all kinds of ducks here as well. So what brings us here to Randlay Pool today? Well, thoughts of another place in Shropshire called Ellsemere. By far one of the most beautiful places to go, both in Shropshire and also in England as a whole. And I present to you 3 different folklore tales about Ellsemere. First one is, well, as you can imagine, there are many ideas and myths and legends about how Ellsemere was created. And the story that I've heard is that once long ago, back in the mists of time, there was a mean old lady who owned her own well. And of course, she did not want any of her neighbours gaining access to her well, so she fenced it off, made it so only she could use it. Of course, the way she fenced it off eventually caused a situation that her well flooded, and flooded in a very extreme way it did. Not only was the flood so severe that it drowned the old woman herself, but it went on to create Lake Ellesmere as we know it today. Of course, I don't know if that legend is actually true or not, or if there really was an old lady at some point. But there we are. One idea, one mythology story about how we got Ellesmere. The second tale I have is that tells of how there's this type of water fairy called the Asrais. I think I've pronounced that properly, I don't know, but the Asrais live deep within, underneath the surface of the Ellesmere, deep in the dark depths. And this particular species of water fairy are in fact quite peaceful and one of the most beautiful species of fairy you can imagine. And yes, they live in the dark depths of Ellesmere, but once every 100 years they come to the surface to look upon the moon as it sits high in the sky. As you can imagine, not many people have seen this event actually occur, so no one's actually directly seen or witnessed one of these fairies, except, as legend has it, one fisherman who, by sheer accident, caught one of these Asrais fairies, and so amazed and so amazed by his catch, and so stunned by the sheer, gentle and beautiful nature of this fairy, he wanted to take her home to show his family and friends what exactly he had found. Unfortunately, the fairy would soon die as sunlight touched her gentle skin. She melted into foam, which is a shame really, as it is a unpleasant end for such a gentle and beautiful creature. At this time, I don't know what role the Asrais play in the history and folklore of Ellsemere Lake, but from what I gather of their kind and beautiful nature, I would imagine they have something positive to bring to the world, something good. Of course, these water fairies are not the only thing that live beneath the waters of Ellesmere Lake, as yet another fisherman found out once. You see, there's this golden rule that applies to the lake, and that is, one should never go fishing on a Sunday. But this one particular fisherman broke that rule and went fishing one Sunday. And as he cast out his line into the water, he caught something he was not supposed to catch. For in the deep, dark depths of Lake Ellesmere lived the devil himself. And as you can imagine, old Satan was not very happy at all about being so rudely disturbed. So he grabbed the fisherman and dragged him down from his boat, down, down, down into the deep, dark depths of Lake Ellesmere. And that fisherman has never been seen since. There are no doubt more tales and folklore connected to Lake Ellesmere, but today I just wanted to bring you only 3 examples. If I find more tales, I'll probably bring them to you in another video, but in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed what tales I have brought you already. And if you are in Telford Town Park one day, on a day like this, drop by Randlay Pool. It's a beautiful place to be right now. Now, of course, I don't think there are any water fairies living in this lake, but once, a few years ago, I actually took a trip to Ellesmere and was on one of the boats that did a cruise around the lake. And looking out across the water, I can easily imagine that water fairies, at the very least, do inhabit the waves of Lake Ellesmere. And no doubt other lakes as well across England. But we'll probably encounter those another time in another video. Until then, thank you for watching this video. Take care of yourselves, be safe, and I'll see you all soon in the next video. Take care and goodbye.